placebo effect.
Any other questions? Harsh, you want to answer it?
No, I wait for some more
Okay. Questions? Yes.
I think everybody aspires for healthy, long life and happiness. And the happiness index studies have been done for various countries. It looks like Scandinavian countries come on the top in terms of good health and all. And this happiness is attributed to their being good to others. Empathy is the main word they use. I don't know how this jives with what we are talking about.
Okay. There are 6 countries where people live much longer than others. That was the point. What is the secret of living longer? And this I mentioned to you last time. That's the subject we are going to review in July. What is the secret for living longer? Not longer only, but healthy. I think that's your question. And you may be surprised what is mentioned in this. And unfortunately, when I study those 6 countries, prayer is not mentioned. Prayer is not mentioned. Any other question?
Lifestyle.
Yes, sir.
What are the Sanskrit words for body, mind, and intellect?
You got me, Harsh?
But body is Sharira, mind is Manas, and intellect is Buddhi.
Is there any connection to Brahman?
Connection to
Brahman.
Brahman, the self. The self, which is part of the ultimate reality. Is that true?
Correct.
Yeah.
But Brahman is all this and more. If you read the Purusha Sukta of the Rig Veda, it will tell you that Brahman is body and mind, but more. It exceeds the body, mind, and intellect. And that's it.
Any question? Yes, please. Go ahead.
Sitting here, standing here listening to the different views and experiences, a lot of things come to my mind, but the one thing I sense is doctors, like other people, seem to be suffering from confirmation bias, which means that they
I can't make out. If you don't mind coming here, so that yeah, there's a problem with the communication. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
like I said, there are many topics that need to be discussed and further pursued. But
Come on over here.
okay, they put me on the stage now. So like I said, there are many topics that need to be explored and very important and life-changing opinions here. I'm glad to see doctors have explored those avenues. But I have a question for you. It looks like the doctors, like the rest of the people, are suffering from confirmation bias. In which case, you only find what you're looking for. You only see those things. If you're looking for pink, you only see pink everywhere. So I think it's a problem of mindset. Like Dr. Maharaj said, he's looking for miracles and he finds miracles everywhere. So you're looking for evidence and you will find it. So follow up to that, my real eye-opening comment would be, you mentioned, you put genetics under unmodifiable therapy. I disagree with that with my limited experience personally and with my other students in yoga and my patients, I should say. The people I help. I'm not a doctor, I'm an engineer, but I've treated a lot of people using prayers, and the other important thing is intention. Everybody stops at intellect, but they don't want to go and look at intention. But for me, there are 3 eyes. The eye, the ego, which is the idiot, right? The intellect, intuition, and then intention. So intuition and intention are things that they leave it to the priests and the yogis to talk about. So I think it's time that the doctors and key people in society start looking at those things. Because that's where they say 95% of your existence is things you can't see. It's invisible to you. So if you focus on your physical, you're dealing with less than 5%. And I can give you a lot of anecdotes. Tumors are gone away with just intention, remotely. I don't even have to see the patient. I get a phone call, I get a video placed in my head as to what the problem would be. And we did double-blind studies on this. And I told the patients, don't tell me anything about it. And just give me 1 or 2 weeks. You do these things. Lifestyle is a big thing. Stop eating alcohol, meat, all this stuff, inflammation. But then after 3 weeks, they come back and said, miracle happened. I said, it's expected. I know how it works. There's a science behind it, and one day I'll be happy to share it with you. But coming back to this putting genetics on unmodifiable, and I'm sure you're aware of epigenetics, it says that there's something called gene expression. And that's expression is triggered by your lifestyle, your diet, what you eat, and your thoughts as well. There's lots of experiments are being done. So I would take that away. There's nothing that's unmodifiable. Everything is modifiable and changeable. So
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let me come back as to what the message is. We talked about the genes. He says it's not correct that you cannot modify the gene. That was the point. Up to a point, I concur, but I think needs clarification. He talked about the epigenetic. That is a field in our family we discuss every day. Phenomena of epigenetics. My daughter is an expert on epigenetics, and that's the subject we have every time we're on the phone. What is it? You inherit genes from your parents. If they are clean, no disease, that's the gene we are talking about. That the chances of having disease because of that are very small or none. However, can you change the genes which are clean in your life cycle by what you do? That is epigenetics. So when I talk about lifestyle, it affects the genes indirectly, and that causes the disease. That's the phenomena of epigenetics. So we are not talking two different things. The question is of interpretation. You must see, when you talk about anecdotal cases, and you tell us here, and then you talk about the double-blind study, it doesn't fit in. They're two different things altogether. And we don't go on anecdotal cases. We like to have the double-blind studies before we can make the guidelines. Come on, do you have comment? Oh, sorry. Your question.
A very simple question. Many religions talk about miracles. For example, Jesus, he's said to have performed many miracles. So is that really a role of them that believe in it or not? Or is it just crap that's being written in many religious books that this guru or this god performed miracles? Even in Hindu religion, there are many examples of miracles have been cited. So are these all just something not to believe in, or we are really challenging miracles do happen, and those things that are written in many scriptures or many of the books are just wrong? Just any thoughts on
I
that?
think Dr. Deheja did mention to speak.
Well, basically I said that miracles do happen, but we can't expect them to happen. There's a big difference between them. That yes, we accept miracles, but we cannot ask for a miracle. That's the position.
Dr. Kamal, you have a comment or question?
I had a
A little
comment.
louder.
Yeah. I just have a comment Dr. Maharaj said there, that it's a continuum. I particularly like that because ultimately it's what works for me, basically. The problem I find is that in each of these disciplines there are imbalances created. by focusing on one more than the other. And there are basically what I can use as terminology is the fundamentalism comes along in each case, and that causes more problems than the actual habit.
Any other question? Yes?
I just like to make a comment here. I might actually sound
Please
like
come up here.
I might sound like disagreeing with some people. It's a hello. It depends on our paradigm. If we see that there was a time we thought Earth is flat, so we could never think of space travel, because that's how we saw. So the Spanish invader came to Grand Canyon and went back. If on the other hand, we have a paradigm which is not limited in a cognitive way, and a paradigm which is that, everything is a quantum vibrating field of energy, and then in that sense, the possibilities are endless. What's possible when you have an intention which is urgent, where your thinking, feeling, expectation is all in alignment, and that moment of silence where you can tap that quantum field, the whole reality starts to shift. Then in that sense, anything is possible. So I would come from a position where I would say every thought is a prayer. It's not just a ritualistic prayer, every thought is a prayer, and we are constantly creating our reality with what we are playing in our mind, in that sense. And in that sense, I would say that there's nothing wrong in even expecting miracles, because miracles happen when we have what we call miracle mindedness. When we start to notice miracles and we have that miracle mindedness, not as the expectation to get frustrated, but as a mindset of wonder and awe, then miracles do happen. That's how I would see it.
Yes, Mr. Mahan.
Sorry.
If I'm allowed to make a couple of comments.
That's the last question. Comment?
There's a series there's a whole host of information that's available on these topics, and I agree very much that it depends on the interpretation. Miracle, and what we call a miracle, depends on your definition and interpretation. Whatever God or whoever it was that are written about in scriptures never stood up any day and said, "Look at me now, I'm going to do a miracle." That's what was interpreted afterwards. And so it depends very much, and in a very simplistic way, a lot of the people I deal with feel that they are experiencing miracles. And just to be completely accurate, I don't find miracles all the time. There are a lot of my patients who don't survive, and I don't consider those miraculous. But part of the spectrum and part of the problem, I think, is the idea and the very rigorous scientific approach to evidence and evidence-based, and depending on where you are, that's sometimes a privilege you have and sometimes you don't. Particularly within the field of pediatrics, I can tell you, there are randomized controlled trials for less than 10% of what's practiced in modern pediatrics today. And so most of what we do with children is anecdotal. It is based on what we borrow from adult literature, and we don't really have any great evidence that this is actually what is the best thing to do. We have evidence that when we do it, it seems to work. So that the ability of information, and this is really what I think is the two ends of this, is one is the idea that religion and prayer is a faith-based institution, and science is one that's based on knowledge. And in fact, the two things coming to the same thing from different ends. At one point, when the knowledge is complete, Purnagam, there you'll find God. But until then, and it doesn't matter, it's like coming to the top of the pyramid. Till you get to the point, anything less than that is incomplete, and so subject to misinterpretation and misinformation.
We conclude today. Just want to, you're all familiar with the bell curve.
Normal distribution.
Okay. Bell curve, if you look at the bell, is like this, and in the middle, most of the diseases fall in the main part of the bell. But there are certain things outside, and these are called outliers. So when we say, and you heard, somebody has cancer of pancreas, we tell them, your life is only 18 months maximum, based on some evidence. Well, then somebody comes, well, look, I had pancreatic cancer, it's gone. We don't say it is fake. We do not say it is fake. The answer is very simple. In our way of looking at it, he's an outlier. And I have no explanation why this thing happened. I think this is what we say. We don't bring all kind of things into it, and God came and this and that. No, we don't know the answer. You fall outside the bell curve, which is unusual, but it does happen. You call it miracle, you call it whatever you want to. We don't know the answer. I still say prayer is complementary.